What's up, you certified beauties? It's Nick here, back with another video. Today is Monday, October the 12th, which means that the CRB, the Canada Recovery Benefits, are technically now open. I am filming this video on Monday morning, and I've been getting a lot of comments and questions saying that the CRB website is basically broken, or the CRB website is saying that they do not qualify for the Canada Recovery Benefits. What is going on? Well, I'm kind of taking a look at it, and the CRA is announcing that there are technical issues on the website for those who are applying, and there is note from the CRA as of 11 o'clock Eastern Time when I'm filming this. It says the CRA is currently expecting technical difficulties with applications for Canada Recovery Benefits. We are urgently working to restore this service as quickly as possible. So hopefully that answers your questions if you've been unable to actually apply. Another reason why you might be receiving that error message is because you might actually be on the new employment insurance program and not qualify for CRB because you automatically moved from the CRB, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, to EI. So that might be another issue as well. Or it might just be able to recognize that you don't qualify. Maybe you haven't filed your tax return for 2019, and that would be another reason why you might not qualify. Okay, so that was the new urgent news regarding the Canada Recovery Benefit. Today, since the applications are open, I'm going to just walk through the CRB website. I'm on the screen right now. It says it's open for application, and we're going to just walk through step by step the entire process because now everything is solidified. It's going to be easier for you guys. If you're getting value out of this video, please give a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to follow along with more of these. I've been making a ton of these videos, and the playlist is going to be linked in the description so you can follow along with all the other videos. So the Canada Recovery Benefit, CRB, is supposed to give income support to employed and self-employed individuals who have been currently affected by COVID and are not entitled to employment insurance. And the CRB is going to be run through the CRA website. I made another video on employment insurance benefits. So if you want to make sure if you qualify for EI, please check that video out. If you're eligible for the CRB, you can receive $1,000 for every 2-week period. They're going to be withholding $100, which is 10%, and you will receive $900 after the tax withheld for each 2-week period. If your situation continues past 2 weeks, you'll have to reapply again, and you may apply up to a total of 13 eligibility periods or 26 weeks in between the next year. So September 27th, 2020 to September 25th, 2021. Each 2-week period is a retroactive period, and that's why the applications are now open. And the first period is the 2-week period starting on September 27th, 2020. Who can apply? This is the most important part, I believe, in my opinion, so make sure you're paying attention. This is the eligibility criteria. So during the period you're applying for, okay, you are not working for reasons related to COVID, or you are working but you had a 50% reduction in your average weekly income compared to the previous year. So how do we calculate that 50%? The 50% reduction is based on your average weekly employment or self-employment income from either 2019, 2020, or the previous 12 months from the time that you're applying for the CRB. You need to check that you meet this criteria for every period that you apply for, especially if you're looking at the previous 12-month average weekly income calculation. So here's the example that they give. They said $26,000 in income in 2019. They divide that by 52, which is the number of weeks in a year, which gives us $500 average weekly income. If you divide that by 2, gives us $250, which means that you cannot earn more than $250 in a eligible period to qualify for CRB. It says here the average weekly income for the CRB must be less than the 50% average weekly income in 2019, 2020, or in the last 12 months. Now, some of you might be self-employed and get income up front or get income at the end of a project or whatnot that you complete. And the CRA says the income is not necessarily when you receive it, but when the work was performed. So say you get $1,000 at the end of the month for a project that took you 4 weeks. I think you have to spread out that $1,000 over that 4-week period in which you were working to attain that $1,000 to get your average weekly income. What is included in your employment or self-employment income? If you're a server, it's going to include tips. It's also including non-eligible dividends, honoraria, royalties. It does not include your pension, your student loans and bursaries, maternity or parental benefits from EI or similar QPIP, or any COVID-19 emergency or recovery benefits. So the CRB is not included in this income. Very important. So that's the first criteria here, okay? I'm just going to scroll back up so you can take a look again. Either you were not working or you had a 50% reduction in your average weekly income, okay? You also, at the same time, cannot receive any of these benefits during that same eligibility period, okay? I also made videos on the sickness benefit and the caregiving benefit. If you're interested to see if you qualify for those, please check out those. You also can't receive your short-term disability, workers' comp, EI, or QPIP. Pretty straightforward. This is another big one. You are not eligible for EI benefits, okay? A lot of you guys might qualify for EI, and that's why you're not able to get the CRB, okay? You may be eligible for EI if you were employed for at least 120 insurable hours in the past 52 weeks. You did not quit your job voluntarily. You're willing, ready, and capable for work. You are temporarily unable to work while you care for someone else or yourself. If you are eligible for EI benefits, you will receive a minimum taxable benefit of $500 per week or $300 per week for extended parental benefits. If you received CRB from the CRA, that 52-week period to accumulate the insurable hours is extended, okay? So that's related to point 1 to see if you're eligible for EI. So if you're eligible for EI, Canada wants you on the EI program, not on the CRB. Okay, you also must reside in Canada. What does that mean? You live and have a home in Canada. You do not have to be a citizen or a permanent resident to reside in Canada. You have to be living here. And you also have to be present. So you can't be stuck overseas and unable to travel. I understand some of you are in that situation and you won't qualify. I'm sorry. You are at least 15 years old and you have a valid SIN. You earned at least $5,000 in either 2019, 2020, or in the 12 months before the date you apply from any of the following sources: employment income, self-employment income, and that is net self-employment income. So you're deducting all your expenses, okay? Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Maternity or parental benefits from EI or similar QPIP. So what else is included in the $5,000? Here's what the CRA says. Tips, non-eligible dividends, honoraria, and royalties, much like the last situation. It's not going to include disability, student loans, pension, or COVID benefits, okay? So look at all the COVID benefits. Again, doesn't include the CRB. It doesn't include the CERB. It's not going to include the sickness or the caregiving benefit, okay? It's got to be $5,000 of earned working income, whether self-employed or working employment income. Okay, here's another one. You have not quit your job or reduced your hours voluntarily on or after September 27th, unless it was reasonable to do so. Okay, they're pretty serious about this. You will not be eligible if you just voluntarily quit your job. It has to be COVID related. You were seeking work during the period, either as an employee or in self-employment. Okay, you're logging on to a job bank, you're applying for jobs, all that kind of stuff. You have not turned down reasonable work during the 2-week period you're applying for. So if you applied for a job and they offer you a job and you turn that down because you'd rather get the benefit, that is turning down reasonable work. If you're applying for a job and you get it and you turn it down, that's reasonable. Okay? So there's a lot of questions about that, but every situation is unique, but you got to just use your logic and common sense to figure out what that means for you. And here's the penalty. You can lose 5 periods or 10 weeks of the CRB eligibility periods, okay, if you get caught refusing work. Now, how they will catch you, I do not know. But I would not mess with that because the penalties are pretty substantial for that one. The CRA might verify your eligibility, and if they do, your processing time is going to take a lot longer. And they're saying that there are potential consequences such as penalties or possible jail time if you are intentionally applying and you know you do not qualify. So don't be one of those people. If you believe you qualify with a good conscience, apply, but do not abuse the system. How much you can get, let's talk about income. Over the 2-week period, you're going to get $900. You're actually going to get $1,000 gross. They're going to withhold 10%, which means you're going to get $900 every 2 weeks. You can get the CRB for a maximum of 13 periods, which is the same as 26 weeks over the year period between September 27th and September 25th. This is a taxable benefit. We will have to pay taxes at the end of the year, much like the CRB. You'll also get I believe it's a T4A at the end of the year for the government to say how much you received in these benefits and how much tax was withheld from these benefits. Okay, there you go, T4A. We'll worry about that come tax time. If you need help with your taxes, let me know. I am the tax guy. How income affects what you keep. Obviously, we said it before, you may earn some income while you receive the CRB. If you earn more than $38,000 in the calendar year, you will have to reimburse 50 cents of every CRB dollar of net income you earned above $38,000 on your income tax return. You will not have to pay back more than your benefit amount for that year, and this will be due at the same time as your income tax return for the year, which will be most likely April 30th of 2021. Late payments will be charged interest. Nothing new there. Okay, and there it just breaks it down again. If your net income is over $38,000, you will have to reimburse 50 cents of every dollar. If your income is less, you will not have to reimburse, okay? There's been some questions about net income. I might have to make a separate video on that. But the big thing is the net income, the $38,000 net income will include your Canada Recovery Benefit payments. So net income includes any CRB, CRCB, CRSB payments received, but it won't include the CRB. So if you're applying for the CRB, that's not going to be part of the $38,000, but all the other benefits will be included in that $38,000. It's a very important thing to take note of, especially if you're right around that $38,000 for the year income. Periods we can apply for, like I said, it's open right now. You have to apply retroactively, and the periods that you're applying for, you get 13. They do not have to be taken consecutively, so you could technically apply like every other week if you qualify to stretch your CRB payments out over the course of that entire year of eligibility. It says here, if you meet the period that you are eligible for, the earliest you can apply is the first Monday after the 2-week period has ended. And that's why the applications are supposed to be open right now. Obviously, with the technical difficulties, there is some issues. So here's open application. Right here, it says if you're eligible, this application is open. Earliest you can apply is today, Monday, October 12th. And it just shows you that period. Next period, October 11th. And obviously, it's not going to let you apply because the earliest we can apply for that one is the 26th. Okay. You may apply for benefits retroactively for any period up to 60 days after that period has ended. So you don't have to do it right away on the Monday. You have up to 2 months to reapply. And again, you won't automatically be put back on the CRB. You're going to have to reapply for every 2-week period that you qualify for. How to apply? You can register with the CRA. If you've already applied for the CRB or the student benefit, you'll likely already have this set up. They're encouraging you to set up a direct deposit because it's a lot faster to get your payment compared to a check. A check is 10 to 12 business days compared to 3 to 5 via direct deposit. And here you get the option to choose direct deposit or check. Do you receive any social assistance benefits? And this will just, you answer yes or no there. When you can apply, select your eligibility period. You can apply here by online or by phone. So you can apply here by signing into your CRA My Account, or if you're going by phone, here's the information you're going to need before you call. And here's the telephone numbers that you may call. The hours have been extended, 6 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Today is Thanksgiving, which is a holiday here in Canada. So I'm not sure if calling is the best way to go today. I know it says it's automated, but there's a good chance that the CRA is closed. So if you're going to do it today, I would recommend trying the CRA website again and do it through CRA My Account. Okay? Keep getting your payments. This thing, obviously just make sure you're still eligible. Continue to look for work. This will answer some of your questions here about the work. Encourage you to consult a job bank, Canada's National Employment Service, that offers tools to help you with your job search. Okay, that's very important. And again, reapplying is the same way that you're going to apply the initial time, either online or by phone. Processing time, if it requires a validation might take up to 4 weeks. Returning a payment. So if you got a payment and you realized you weren't eligible, or somehow there was a glitch and you got it but you never applied, the CRA is encouraging you to return any payments you received in 2020 that you're not eligible for. Return it before the end of the calendar year. So return it before December 31st, 2020, and that way it won't have any effect on your 2020 taxes. Okay? So why would you repay or return the CRB? Well, if you applied and later found out that you aren't eligible, you received the payment in error, you received one of the following for the same eligibility period, which ties into the eligibility criteria, or you found out you made a fraudulent claim and you want to come clean. So those would be some reasons why. Yeah, there's been some scams lately. So that's just information there. And how to return it. So if you were on direct deposit, you can repay it through your CRA My Account or through your online banking, or you can mail a check, and all the details are there on what to include on the check, where to send it. It's going to Sudbury, Ontario. If you're getting it via check and you have the original check, just return it by mail. And again, it's going to go to the Sudbury Tax Center. Cool, cool, cool. Contacting us about the CRB, last section. Thanks for holding on. You can do it again online via your CRA My Account, or you can do it by phone. If you want general information about the benefit, bam, there's the phone number, there's the hours, all good. Saturdays and Sundays are closed on public holidays like today, Thanksgiving. And bam, there you go. That is the CRB walkthrough. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps the channel grow and get this video out to those who really need it. So if you got value, please give this a thumbs up. And also as a token of my hard work putting this out here for you guys. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm Nick from Nick's Taxes. Have yourself a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.